Hello, friends, and welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey, rocking a Kashama suit. We're going to dive in to some Cowboys trade targets, but before we do, I want to know from you, who do you guys want the Dallas Cowboys to trade for? Let me know in the comments section. Is it a big name? Is it a smaller name? Is it a blockbuster type deal? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Well, speaking of those big names, I know you guys want them, and I would do terrible, bad, inappropriate things to get Jamal Adams on the Dallas Cowboys. Problem is, he's not available, guys. The Jets don't want to trade him. The rumors around Jamal Adams haven't come to fruition. I'd love to get him if he was actually available. The Jets can name their price. He's from DFW. Was not a Cowboys fan growing up, though. He's actually a Giants fan, but I'd still do it. Jalen Ramsey, Patrick Peterson, the price is too expensive. It doesn't make sense for the Cowboys to give up a good corner and a first-round pick. That's just not worthwhile. The Redskins are not going to trade Trent Williams to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm intrigued by Stephon Diggs, but I don't think Minnesota's going to move him either. So some positions to keep in mind. One of them is the tight end spot. Jason Witten, the Cowboys told you, oh, he's going to play 25 snaps a game. Yeah, I called bullshit then. It's clearly BS now. He's playing like 75% of the snaps right now. Jarwin is a better weapon, but he's just not being utilized. And long term, is Jarwin the answer? So I got some options here at tight end. The one that I would love to see happen is O.J. Howard. Now, there have been rumors out there about a possible O.J. Howard trade, which I kind of think is mostly other NFL teams, scouts and front office guys going, could we get O.J. Howard? Because the Bucs forgot to use him this year. He has not been involved in the offense, especially not for a player who is a great blocker and has proven when he actually gets the ball, he's pretty darn good with it. Now, teams no doubt have interest, but I'm not sure the Bucs would trade him, and even if they were, what the actual asking price would be. But if you can get him, I'd go do it. Here are two different trade offers I have for you guys on O.J. Howard. The first, a 2020 second rounder. Spoiler alert, none of the trades I suggest involve the Cowboys' first round pick. This year, I can't justify doing it, and I don't know if the Cowboys would do it in back-to-back years. Howard is great, but I want to keep that first round pick. Another option here is a third round pick and Anthony Brown. Now, this does value Brown as kind of a third/fourth round pick. You can talk me into a second and Anthony Brown. I think Brown still has value. He's still a good corner. He is not the Cowboys' third best corner, though. And I get two birds stoned at once with this deal. I get a great tight end, and I free up snaps for Jordan Lewis. That's a win-win right there. I mention O.J. Howard because I am not convinced that the Cowboys have a tight end of the future. Do you guys think it's Blake Jarwin? I don't think it's Dalton Schultz. I think for the most part we agree on that. But let me know. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to go with maybe D for doubt, but that ends up being a no here as I cheat my own question. I think Jarwin has some ability, but he's not a good blocker. O.J. Howard would not just solidify the tight end position, it would make it one of the better ones, I think, in the NFL overall. Another tight end option here, I've seen several of you guys mention this before in the comment section, so I'll bring him up. That's Tyler Eifert. There was a report of questionable, I think, credibility that the Saints and Patriots want Tyler Eifert. The Bengals, as we'll get to later, hint, hint, they want to sell, or at least they should be selling. They're terrible. And a guy like Tyler Eifert doesn't do much for them. They actually should free up snaps for Drew Sample, their second-round pick. Now, Eifert is talented, despite middling numbers this year, but he's always hurt. That's just what Tyler Eifert is. He's always injured. So I would have some level of interest. My problem is, how much better than Tyler Eifert is the duo of Jason Witten or Blake Jarwin? How much worse is it? I don't know if there's that much of a difference there. I'd offer a mid to late round pick, probably there's no round 5 pick, or there's a round 5, but there's no round 6 pick, so round 5 at best. I might just keep the pick. It's an option. I don't think it really does much, though, for the Cowboys, so he's a target, but I probably lean towards passing on it. Many of you have asked me this question, hey Tom, who's a defensive tackle the Cowboys can trade for? I don't have a lot of great options out there. Getting Antwaun Woods back is big. I think the biggest problem, though, is actually at the 3 technique position. Malik Collins was supposed to have a breakout year. Hasn't happened yet, has been gashed in the run game. Second round developmental pick Tristan Hill wasn't active last week. It's not a great sign. So let's look at some names here. First up, Solomon Thomas, the former number 3 overall pick by the 49ers. Now, he does have 2 sacks this year, but he's been relegated to backup duty. He's playing less than 20 snaps per game. Now, the Niners are undefeated, and they probably don't want to just give away players. But Thomas isn't a key player for them. I'd call if I were the Dallas Cowboys. This, by the way, is what I call the Will McClay special. Oh, you were a former high-round pick. We're going to get you for cheap. For example, maybe most recently, Xavier Su'a-Filo. So here's my trade offer for Solomon Thomas. I would give up my 2020 5th-round pick. Remember, Cowboys have no 6th-rounder this year. Does a 5th-round pick get it done? Now, Solomon Thomas has played defensive end and defensive tackle. I think he's a 3 technique. That's where I would play him. I think Rod Marinelli would love this guy, by the way. You don't have to bring him in necessarily as a run stopper. That's not his role. I'd bring him in on 3rd downs. The Cowboys need more interior pressure. I think Solomon Thomas could provide that and could provide it quickly for the Cowboys as an interior pass rusher. This is what we thought Malik Collins was going to do, but hasn't really done so far this year. Folks, I'm once again rocking this awesome Kashama suit. You can get one of your own as well. Dallas at Kashama1927.com. That is the email. Go ahead and email them. Get yourself set up an appointment. You are not going to find a better fitting suit, a sleeker suit at affordable prices as well. The same prices that some of the other chains would charge you. It's a custom fitted suit from Kashama. Go email them, Dallas at Kashama1927.com to get yours today. Moving on now to Leonard Williams, who, yes, he does play defensive end for the Jets right now, but for the Cowboys, well, he'd be a 3 technique. And Leonard Williams, the former number 5, I think it was, or the number 6, I think it's number 5, though, pick out of USC. Now, teams have called the Jets, reportedly, about trading for Williams. They've said, oh, no, we're not interested right now. I think that could change later on. He is entering the last year of his contract. The biggest issue for the Cowboys is if you trade for Leonard Williams, doesn't that mean you want to pay him big money? You want to give him a big extension, and now you're doubling down. We'll get to that back in a minute. But on the field-wise, Williams, really, I think, kind of playing out of position in a 3-4 scheme at times. He's productive. I'll take 3 or 4 sacks and a bunch of tackles for loss. And I think in the Cowboys scheme, he would actually thrive. I think he would have better play at that position. So here's my trade package I think is affordable for Dallas. Not convinced it's enough for New York. I am offering my 3rd-round pick this year and my 5th-round pick this year. Remember, Jadeveon Clowney, because Houston messed this up so badly, only went for a 3rd and some random players. Dante Fowler went for a 3rd and a 5th. If you are the Dallas Cowboys, I am willing to offer that 3rd-round pick. Because even if you don't re-sign Leonard Williams, you would probably assume you're going to get a 3rd-round pick back in the compensatory draft process. I'll make a 5th-round pick, a conditional pick, based on where the Cowboys finish. Maybe I'd pay him, maybe I wouldn't. Depends on how he plays, what the money looks like overall for guys like Dak and Amari, etc., etc. But I think this is a good enough value for Dallas. I'm just not sure it'd be enough for the Jets, but I'd at least try if I were the Dallas Cowboys. Speaking of defensive tackle issues, excuse me, what's the biggest need right now for the Cowboys? And I know what you're saying. It's the head coach. Well, yeah, sure. Let's focus in, though, on the players' side of things. What is the biggest need? Maybe you think it's an extra receiver, defensive back help. I'm going to go with DT. That's been my biggest problem right now. Just the lack of interior pressure and run stopping is showing up. That has been a Cowboys issue for years now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. One more name that I kind of added late, and I'm not quite sure how feasible it is. That's Geno Atkins. It's very clear right now. The Bengals, It is time to sell, 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 and then sell again. Trade away players, get draft picks back, and begin your rebuilding process. That is going to be a very important thing for Cincinnati. The biggest issue here, though, is that Geno Atkins just signed his extension with Cincinnati. It would cost the Cowboys, even after the signing bonus money is paid by Cincinnati, it would cost them over $11.5 million per year. He's an older player, but the on-field play would be a boost for Dallas. I would have interest, but what's the actual asking price? If it's anything more than a fourth-round pick, maybe you get him for a fifth like Damon Harrison went for, I just don't think it makes enough sense for the Dallas Cowboys. Today's show also brought to you guys by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120. It gets you a 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, well, they're going to give you $60 for free. It is the single best sportsbook betting deal out there. All that extra money just in case you blew it all on the Cowboys beating the Jets like I did. It's chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120. All right, another position here I want to mention is receiver. Some of you have asked about it. I am intrigued by it somewhat, but mostly because of the injuries. We'll see how Amari Cooper and Randall Cobb recover from their problems. Tavon Austin actually looked pretty good last week, so did Cedric Wilson. The issue is that if everyone's healthy, you're kind of at an awkward position. The one name I'll mention is Emmanuel Sanders. The cost probably would be like a fourth-round pick. That's too much for me to pay for 1 year of Emmanuel Sanders here. Injuries at receiver. Sanders coming off his own knee issue, but I think he's fine. The Broncos think he might be able to play this week. Sanders, I've mentioned him before on this show, even last year around this time when we were discussing Amari Cooper and other receivers. Sanders is the perfect Dak Prescott receiver. The dude gets open. He is still a great route runner. He does have a $10.25 million salary, but the Cowboys only pay the percentage of what's left relative to, game check. So it'd be somewhere around that $5 million range. Let me know what you guys think about Sanders there in the comment section. Also, make sure you are subscribed. Get us to 50K. That is the number, or I'm holding out. There was a freak out a couple weeks ago about a holdout. It was fake news. It was not happening. But it will happen if we don't get to 50K by December. I'm going to pull a Zeke and go to Cabo. All right, we have not discussed safety at all. And there's a reason for that. We mentioned Jamal Adams, of course, earlier on at the beginning of the show, but he's not available. I know you guys want to replace Jeff Heath. I get it. I don't have anybody. I was looking through rosters. The teams that are in contention have depth, like the Chargers have so many injuries already. I don't have any safeties in mind. Now, maybe I missed one. If I did, let me know. What safety would you guys trade for? Do what you can, by the way. Please keep it realistic. Yes, I wanted Minkah Fitzpatrick. The Cowboys made an offer for Minkah Fitzpatrick, as I reported. But I don't have any other names out there since Minkah's already been dealt. So let me know in the comment section, what safety would you guys trade for? Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.